Hello everyone, welcome back to the Time Attack walkthrough here in Shadow of the Colossus. This is hard difficulty, and we are up to Colossus number 7. Colossus number 7 is actually relatively similar to the normal mode. It doesn't actually feel much different. Now we have 7.5 minutes to complete this. It's actually 30 seconds quicker than you needed to complete it on previous versions of the game. But it's very simple, relatively simple. First thing you need to do is try to get onto him, and that is kind of the tricky part. There's not much you can do, just try to get under him. He's going to, his eyes are going to turn red, and you know he'll be kind of aggro on you at that point. And just got to get into a position. And you want to stay over him as much as you can, because what's going to happen is he's going to dive underneath, but his back end is actually going to come out of the water, and you need to grab onto that when that happens. So you need to be in the right position in order to do that. So you want to make sure you're centered up on the body. See, his eyes are red. He's now starting to come after me. Now be careful of these spikes here, because if you're in the water when they're near you, they will electrocute you and they'll do damage to you. Took a little bit, not too much. But here we got to get into the center of him and grab onto his tail when that comes out of the water. Now at this point, it's relatively simple. If you've done this on normal difficulty, you can certainly do this on hard difficulty. Of course, once you get to the final sigil at the top of his head, it does require a few more stabs. It's about really the only thing different in this fight. So when you're up out of the water, run forward, but grab on as quickly as you can, as close to the water as you can. So now we're out of the water. Now we're getting up to our first little spire here, electrical spire. When you're in the water, make sure you're far enough back, and when you have time, run up and quickly do a stab on this vital point right here. That will turn off the electricity. You will no longer be shocked. Same thing, once you have time to move forward, again, be mindful of when you're about to go in the water. You don't want to be too close to the spire. That thing kind of zapped me a little bit. Only lost a quarter of my health though. Alright, so run back up. And we're going to get closer to his head as soon as we can get back out of the water here. Right, so now we got the last one. And once we've disabled this, you're going to see the sigil up here, his weak spot. It's going to be right on the opposite side of that spire. Now at this point, we are going to be stuck underwater too long. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that, so we're going to go return to the surface. Even though we have no grip meter, don't worry, you can't drown. We're just going to float our way back up to the top here in just a second. Now we got to go through the whole process of trying to get back on the exact same way we did the first time. Try to get him to come after you, and then center yourself on his body as he's passing underneath you. And then we're going to grab onto the tail. Which of course is easier said than done. So half the time of this time trial is going to be just kind of waiting to get on. Here he comes. His eyes are red, so that's an indication that he's aware of me and he's going to try to stab me with his little pointy end there. Again, I just got to get in a position. I'm centered on his body and just wait for his tail end to come out of the water. I'm going to grab onto that and then kind of make our way back up front again. A little tedious. Now we are going to complete this time trial with 2 minutes on the clock, so be patient. You don't have to push it too much. Make sure you grab on before you go back underwater. We just got a little long journey, but we don't have to stop and stab along the way, so it'll speed it up just a little bit. You can definitely tell the care that Blue Point Games took in remaking this game. Obviously, as we all know, this game is remade from the ground up. It's not just a remaster, it's a complete remake. And Blue Point Games does an excellent job at that. They did the Uncharted Nathan Drake collections. So if you're familiar with that series, you know how much effort they put into remaking the games. Alright, so now we're close. Oh, zap there again. You can take several hits. It's not going to immediately kill you, unless you're too close, and then it could. Alright, so really quickly do this and it'll expose the sigil. So there's the weak spot. So quickly grab on. He's going to go up the water, come up and down quite quickly and often. You're only going to really be able to get one attack in at a time, so just be quick. And as you're entering the water, you should be able to get a full charge. If you're quick enough, of course. I've got a sliver of health here. And that, my friends, is how you do it. Not too difficult. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you're enjoying this walkthrough. I really do. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more Shadow of the Colossus.